There's a spell that I was hired to do on multiple females. It gives them a voice of a lot higher range than what they naturally have.
I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. What's scarier than the TikToks we're about to watch today is the fact that 90% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos.
Kid Cudi has come out and said that drugs led him to the basement of hell. Check out this clip.
I do cocaine, don't do Molly, don't do meth, don't do heroin. You shouldn't try any of that shit, and it's gonna make you miserable. You're gonna be a shitty person. It's gonna f your creativity. It's gonna f with everything about your mental. This is the first time anybody's asked me what type of guidance I would give about drugs. There's no happy ending to that story. It'll just pull you down to the darkness, to hell. Literally, you will be at the basement of hell. And that's where I was for years, in the basement of hell, living there, maintaining, damaged and tortured. And that's what drugs will do to you. Even if you stop. That's how I relapsed. There was still a little voice in the back of my head that I was like, come on, let's try it again. Just take it easy this time, but let's try again. Once you let that demon in, he will make a home in your mind and will wait there. So young kids, if you're watching this, like, take it from the rager, steer clear, because life ain't that bad. You don't have to do hardcore drugs.
I think I never heard you being so vocal about that.
Nobody's ever asked me about that.
When a demon enters your mind, he will live there. That was deep. That was biblical. I don't even think he knows that. But it's so true, ladies and gentlemen. Drugs will destroy you. It may start off small, but then it continues to grow and grow and grow. That lets you know that it's spiritual. It may start off where you have control of it, but sooner or later it gets control of you. That lets you know it's spiritual. However, if you're in a space where it's in control of you right now, there is someone who can give you the key for you to be released, for you to come into liberty. There is someone who can give you the key for you to have authority, for you to have dominion, and that is Christ. Call out to the Lord Jesus Christ for you to be free.
I feel like a lot of the habits you pick up and things you do could lead you to places like this and open doors to places you weren't really intending on going. A simple habit that's just not good for you can turn into something a whole lot worse, and that's why you need to be careful of what's going on in your life. You know, because something can start as a small little habit, but it can bring you down a whole dark road, and you don't really want to go down that. So, and it really just depends on you as a person, because, you know, a lot of people can control themselves and, you know, they don't let themselves get to the point. But like, once the door's open, you know, anything can happen. So y'all just be safe, stay blessed, and yeah, just be careful.
There was a woman named Sarah who loved going to thrift stores. And one day when she happened to be at one of these thrift stores, she notices this beautiful vanity and mirror. And she absolutely had to have it. So she gets this vanity and she brings it back home and puts it in her bedroom and is so proud of it. Well, every night she starts sitting at the vanity, brushing her hair. One night while she's brushing her hair, she looks into the mirror and she sees this woman staring back at her. She has gray hair, you know, a wrinkled face, and she's just staring straight at her. And this woman then reaches her hand through the mirror and touches her hair. And then like that, she was gone from the mirror. And so Sarah decides not to tell her husband about this. Her husband, however, he started noticing this change in behavior with Sarah. She would be at this vanity and looking in the mirror for hours at a time. You know, one night he was in the kitchen getting something to eat, when all of a sudden he feels like he's being watched, and he looks over and there's Sarah with her head kind of popped out around the corner in the hallway, just staring at him with this grin on her face. And he says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And real fast she pops her head back into the hallway and just takes off running, and she's laughing the whole time. And several places around the house she would just kind of pop her head out and stare at him while he was in the shower, you know, while he would be getting ready for work. And then he started to notice she would talk to this mirror. And she'd wonder, who are you talking to? And Sarah would say, no one, I don't know what you're talking about. And then one night, he's laying in bed with his wife, Sarah, when all of a sudden Sarah jumps on top of her husband and grabs his arms and pins him back and starts shaking him violently, and then starts laughing hysterically. And when he looks at Sarah's face, he realizes that is no longer his wife. It is a woman with gray hair and a wrinkly face. And he manages to get who he thinks is this other woman that's not his wife off of him. And once again, when he looks over, it's Sarah, and she's back to normal. She doesn't remember any of this. or that any of this even happened. So her husband starts to think, wait a second, all of this started happening when she brought that vanity home. So he gets the vanity and he takes it back to this thrift store. And he tells them, there is something wrong with this vanity. It's affecting my wife. And they say, it's crazy that you say that, because you're the third person that's bought this vanity and brought it back and said something was wrong with it. And as soon as he went back home, his wife was normal again.
Miss, a call from my dad. He's been gone. Like, I just heard his voice one more time.
See, this video right here seems to be really creepy and have a very sad story to it. But if you think about it, there's actually a big plot twist to this. In one of my earlier videos, we reacted to a clip that was from these same people. You may ask, Sean, how do you know that? Because the teddy bear that was gifted to her in that video is the same exact bear that's in this video. And, you know, that makes it really weird, because why are there so many weird occurrences going on? And especially, why are they catching them all on camera? So that just makes you question whether these videos are real or not. And I really don't think it is, because I think this is a strange amount of activity going on, especially caught on camera by these people. So, but like, the first video did seem very real. The story kind of matched up with it. This just goes to show that we need to pay attention more and keep more of an open mind as to what could be real and what could be fake.
Bro, the devil lives in the ocean with all of his boys. You remember when Jesus casted out that demon and they asked to go into the swine and then they jumped into the water? The ocean is their realm, right? There's a reason why you can't talk to dolphins. It's illegal. Bro, they want you to snitch on somebody for talking to dolphins. NASA started their exploration in the ocean. And then they decided, oh, we didn't finish exploring 90% of the ocean, and let's just look up instead. NASA is bro, the word NASA means to deceive in Hebrew, and they knew what they were doing. They decided to look up instead of down because they know they have found something down there, right? Leviathan. Leviathan is a water monster. The three-headed beast of Revelation is going to come out of the water. That Atlantis is down there. NASA found something down there and was like, all right, let's switch gears, because yeah, no one can know this. No one can know what we found down there. That is their home. The Nephilim were breeding humans and fish and birds and all types of stuff, and God saw that was unclean. The world was unclean, and he sent the flood. But the ones that were still able to breathe in water, right? The fallen angels mixing, like, genetically altering humans and fish, and like Nephilim fish thingies, right? Everyone had Nephilim blood within them. Those things are still in the ocean. You send a flood, you're just increasing their natural habitat. There's something in that ocean, and the ocean realm is where Satan and his posse resides. Lucky.
Elon Musk yesterday just announced the first ever human to have a Neuralink implant. You hear about this?
Oh, the chip?
Yeah. There's one successful Neuralink person in the world right now. Happened yesterday. But check this out.
Yeah.
There's a crazy theory happening. They put Neuralink into a calculator, like a numerology calculator, and it comes out with a number with all the different letters.
Word.
Before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys. Their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately. So this is Elon Musk on Twitter, and he pretty much said, the first ever human got Neuralink, right?
Okay.
Now, put Neuralink, the name, into a gematria calculator. It's like a Greek new calculator.
Yeah.
And guess what the number is?
What, 7?
No, 66.
Hell no.
So people are saying that Neuralink, just like in the Bible, they say people will be implanted with the mark of the beast, which is 666. And
what I will say is that one particular party, lots of big names, there was an artist there who said, hey, Lecrae, around 1 a.m., make sure you're not here. And I was like, what? You just don't want to be here at 1 in the morning. And I was like, now my pride kicked in, like, yo, you don't know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can handle myself. Like, I'm not some little church boy who ain't never seen nothing. Like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you talking about? Well, it's probably 12:30. I'm downstairs. I go downstairs to the studio. I come up out the studio, and I'm headed back upstairs to like the main area where everyone's kind of congregating and hanging out. And the music changed. It was like really hard and heavy at first, and then, you know, like jam and dancing music. And it was a little softer. You know, it was a little more sensual when I came out the studio and started going upstairs. And on my way upstairs, there's like this couch. I won't say how the couch is designed, because then that may give away whose party and whose house this was. There was a couch, and on the couch, I saw a couple of guys really going at it hard and heavy. And man, and I was like, oh, you know, my brain, I'm thinking, well, you know, this celebrity party, people do what they do. As I started moving upstairs, I passed them up, and I noticed that it wasn't just those two guys. It was more and more people just going at it. Shout out to my guy, Brandon T. Jackson, man. Brandon T. Jackson, at this particular party, Brandon T. came up to me and he said, yo, man, like, Satan will steal your soul in this industry, bro.
And if you see the devil, tell him I'm looking for him.
Whatever I want, I get. Whatever I want, I fucking get.
What if when they're older, in their 20s, they bring home a 50-year-old man? What would you say to that?
I really would just go on who really would love my daughters. I really wouldn't go on an age thing, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't want to move on, I don't go out without a fight. I'm like crazy boyfriend.
But even after they married and got kids and everything else, you stir up a lot of shit like that, did he?
If they married and got kids, no, I mean, that's when you got to move on. That's the only reason why I moved on. I've never been a good boyfriend. But when I get on you, though, for real, I'm trying to bite your face off. I don't be doing the same fighting. I'm more of a savage type of fighter. I'm in a relationship with you, like 25% of your time, you're going to just, like, feel like, oh, man, I hate being here. Oh, man, I hate this guy. I'm a Scorpio. The things that, when I'm saying, the cold words I have for making love should not be on the Ellen Show. Special guest in the building.
That's right, hip-hop's favorite terrorist, Rock Hussein.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Sean Diddy Combs being escorted from a police car in handcuffs. The 45-year-old music mogul was charged with assault with a deadly weapon after allegedly swinging a kettlebell like this at UCLA's assistant football coach's head.
Once again, y'all, Lady Gaga is showing us just how demonic she is. In her latest music video, filming a video in a graveyard is one thing, but an island full of cursed dolls, that's straight up demonic. Why would anybody choose to go to this island that's in Mexico, full of all these cursed dolls, to record a music video? Only people I can think of that would do something like this is people that's demonic. Take a look at Lady Gaga video, a short little clip. Look at this shit, y'all. Y'all let me know how weird and demonic this shit look. Look at the fucking doll. The joint decapitated. Would you record a video here? Look at her, y'all. Look at this shit. She tweaking out. What the fuck? It's them cursed dolls, I'm telling you. So in this place right here, A man claimed that a little girl drowned here and that her spirit was stuck. And on nights, she will be crying and shit. The legend has it that these dolls be whispering at night and shit. So the same man who reported on a girl drowning there, that hung up all these dolls, end up passing away too, y'all. And he didn't just pass away regular. He passed away the same way he described the little girl, how she passed away, which was drowning. So once again, I ask you, why would you go and do a music video here? What person in their right mind would go do a music video here? I'll wait. Let me know in the comments.
A lot of people thinking that Hollywood just got demonic, but Hollywood been demonic. Hollywood been mocking Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna show you a few, and it's way more than this, but I'm gonna show you a few celebrities that have mocked Jesus Christ. P. Diddy. Nas. A lot of people like, oh man, Nas is cool, Nas is cool. Mock Jesus Christ. Madonna. You got the baby. Lil Nas X. Kendrick Lamar. Kevin Gates constantly blaspheming Jesus Christ. You got NLE Chopper blaspheming Jesus Christ. And it's way more than that. Kathy Griffin on live television blaspheme Jesus Christ. Those are just some of the people who blaspheme Jesus Christ and mocked him openly. But you also have a lot of people that didn't necessarily mock Jesus Christ, but they are openly serving the devil. They are openly giving glory and praise to the devil. But that's another conversation for another video. Hey, if this video opened your eyes to something that you didn't know, like, comment, subscribe. Just know Jesus Christ is Lord. Continue to pray, stay prayed up, because, hey, it's an evil world that we live in.
I mean, it's understandable that there's going to be people on this earth that don't believe in certain things and, you know, they don't really care about it. As much as you yourself may know what's going on, there's always going to be people out there that doubt and just don't really care about stuff like that. But, like, to mock something like this is kind of crazy because it's not just, like, something small that you could really play with. Like, even if you don't believe in it, you don't care about it, you know, you may as well still respect it because, you know, it's kind of one of the most important things. It just seems like a very bad agenda is being pushed. Y'all just stay blessed and, you know, keep believing in what you believe in and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. So, because, you know, there's a lot of evil out there. There's a lot of stuff that tries to drift you away and push you away from things that you believe in and things you care about.
Eminem sold his soul and he has a demon living in him. Alright, this is my 4th time making this video. TikTok kept removing the sound because I was using the song in this video. So I'm just going to have to read off the lyrics to you. But I'm going to play a small clip of the song because you need to hear he literally has the demon in his song, like the demonic voice. But we'll get to that. Alright, we're going to start here. And the dark shall emerge from the fiery depths of hell, then swallow the shell of the hollow who dwell in the shadows of all who are willing to sell their souls for this rap game. And it goes. Now, if you don't know by now, you have to sell your soul in this rap game if you want to make it big. If you want to be anybody of importance, anybody with high status, anybody with a hit song, you have to sell your soul. That's just how the game works. That's just how the music industry is going down these days. Which, it's always been going down, but we just didn't know back then. But it has definitely gotten worse. So the beginning of the song wasn't bad. It literally takes a drastic turn out of nowhere. And it goes, so at night before I sleep, I look in the mirror grows lips and it whispers, come near. My darling, I don't ever want to leave you, my darling. You and me were meant to be together, my darling. And if I cannot have you, no one can. You're my darling, because I possess your soul, your mind, your heart, and your body. So this song really exposes how Eminem got to the status that he is in, how he got his fame, how he got his record deal, and how he blew up. And this is when the demon starts to speak. He says, Shady, I know you're in there somewhere. Come here. Talk to me. Sit here. Pull up a chair. Why don't you cut your hair? Ha ha ha. Dye it back. Come on, try it. So he's letting us know that dyeing his hair was the demon's idea. Like, this was all a part of the demon's plan and to give him his image and to make Slim shady. Eminem responds with saying, no, I told you, leave me the F alone, will you? And they're going back and forth. But I'm here to rebuild you, but I already killed you. But Shady, we were meant for each other. Think about your mother. Yeah, so whatever. You think about what she did to you and your little brother. All them foster homes. F you, MFer. Eminem says, I had you beat. And the demon says, no, I was playing possum. Remember, I let you watch your little girls blossom. So in 2004, Eminem had released his album Encore. Everybody thought this was going to be his last album because he had taken a hiatus for 5 years before he released his album in 2009, with this song that is currently on it. Now in the previous verse, Eminem thought he got rid of this demon. He thought that he was done and over with him. Like he had gotten his success, he got his fame, he got his money. The demon said, no, I was just resting, I was taking a break. They must have made a deal for him to allow his little girls to grow up, to watch them grow up, and to see them blossom, and to spend time with them during this period. After Eminem got those 5 years, the demon came back and was like, all right, we need to run this back. We're not done yet. You made a deal with me. You have to fulfill this contract that we made together. The demon continues by saying, I gave you enough time. Your soul's mine. I'm taking it back. And Eminem says, you effing be why? He says, because I love you. Look a little closer. Isn't that us on that poster? Ha ha ha. So this demon is looking at posters, looking at these accolades that Eminem has, and it's like, look at what we built. This is you and me. You know, we look at it and people think, oh, like, yeah, Eminem did that, and that's Eminem. Like, no, this demon is looking at it like, that's me. That's what I built. That's what I helped you accomplish. You gave me your body. You gave me your soul. I gave you success, fame. We're using your image, but this was all done by me. He goes back to the chorus, my darling, I don't ever want to leave you, my darling. You and me were meant to be together, my darling. And if I cannot have you, no one can. You're my darling, because I possess your soul, your mind, your heart, and your body. He's letting Eminem know, like, you cannot leave. Like, I possess your soul, your mind, everything. Like, we are as one now because of your deal that you've made with me. Eminem at this point does not want to continue working with the demon. He no longer wants to do this, but the demon is making him because, like I said, they made a deal. Eminem wants to get out of this deal. He wants to be done making music. He wants to be done with the industry, but the demon is like, no. So at this next verse, he starts bringing up his old accolades, and he starts enticing him with the past. He says, Shady, listen, and he has the crowd screaming, Shady, Shady. You hear that? They're screaming for you. I can bring your career back. And Eminem's like, I don't want it back. And he says, yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You're going to regret it later. No, I won't. And the demon's like, I'm going to get Dre on the phone. I'll just call the doctor. Mind you, Dr. Dre is also in on this. He knows, just like all these other celebrities, about these demons. He has probably also sold his soul. He's probably also the demon himself. Eminem's like, go ahead. I already talked to Dre yesterday. Well, I got him on the phone right now. You're lying. Yo, Slim, how? Why now? Now you hear Dr. Dre get on the track. He's like, check this out, Slim. I got to talk to you. I don't know if it just seems like ever since you got off your drugs, you become a lot softer. Eminem's like, but Dre, all Shady is a bottle of hair bleach and vodka. And he says, well, just think about it, Slim. I don't care. Just hit me back and let me know what's up. Dre's trying to get him back in the game. Because like I said, they're all working together. All these demons are all working together, controlling these humans who have unknowingly given their lives, given their souls, given their bodies over to them. And I know you're going to say, oh, you can't sell your soul, like only God can have souls. But you can bargain against your soul and give them access. Remember in the beginning of the song, Eminem is looking in the mirror when he's talking to the demon. He's looking at himself. He's looking at this demon looking back at him. So Eminem's like, F this mirror. And the demon is like, I'm not in the mirror. I'm inside you. Let me guide you. Eminem is like, F you, die, you son of a bee. Put the gun down. Bye-bye. Gunshot. So the demon said, put the gun down. Eminem is holding up a gun. He's trying to kill the demon. He's trying to kill the demon out of him. He's trying to kill himself. He shoots himself. Eminem's like, okay, I'm still alive. The demon says, so am I too. You can't kill a spirit even if you try to. All right, now this is where I'm going to play the part for you to hear the voice because it is freaking scary. The demon is telling you he sold his soul. Eminem is letting you know that he literally sold his soul to this demon to get to where he is. Here he's about to explain what happened and why he sold his soul. He said, you remember that night you prayed to God. You'd give anything to get a record deal when Dre signed you. This is what you wanted your whole life, Marshall, right through? Look at this house. Look at these cars. They're so nice. Woo. Oh, but you don't know fame has a price too. That you're just now seeing that downside too. Eminem was praying to God, praying for his dreams, pleading that God would answer his prayers. I've heard this a few times now where people have prayed to God and the devil showed up, a demon showed up and said, I will give you everything and anything you want if you just sign this contract. They sign the contract unknowingly, sometimes knowingly, knowing what they're doing, giving their soul over, giving demons and the devil access to their body, their minds, and their souls for them to possess, for them to give them this success, which really isn't success, it's just momentary gain. And then it goes and he says, lose your best friend from high school, your wife too, ain't even sure if your kids like you, come off tour, can't even sleep at night without NyQuil, become a Valium addict, start a rehab cycle, but together we can break this cycle, Marshall. And Marshall says, what? No one's gonna love you like I do. The demon is once again enticing him with worldly riches and worldly gain, trying to get him to turn back to the life that he used to have, and trying to get him and keep him held bound and held captive to them being one, because the demon has no vessel without Slim Shady. That's the end of the song. It goes on to repeat the chorus, and yeah, Eminem sold his soul to get to where he is, to get everything that he has. He admitted it, just like every other celebrity. They have to tell you, the demons have to tell you their plans, they have to tell you what is going on. Many of you miss it because it goes over your heads. They know that many of you will not believe it. You'll think that it's just art, or it's just rhetorical, or it's just symbolic and it's not real. They didn't actually sell their soul, and there is no demons, and there's no this, and blah blah blah. No, demons are real. These celebrities, these influencers, these actors, actresses, singers, whatever you want to call them, all these people, they all know. They're all in cahoots with each other. They all know about these things. They all know what these celebrities have done to get to where they are. And so, as I always say, just stay diligent, stay aware. Like, stop supporting these artists, stop supporting these demons, because you're not supporting these artists, you're supporting these demons. And I also wanted to mention, if you've noticed in Eminem's songs, he has different voices and dialects in his songs, and he sings and raps in these different voices. And now I always wonder, is it the demon? Because I'm like, how did you come up with that? Like, how did you come up with these different voices that you're singing in, and all these rapping and all this stuff? But it's these demons. These demons are talented. Like, they have been here for centuries, and they know things. So just stay diligent, stay aware, and keep your eyes peeled, and start listening to true Christian worship music, y'all. Get away from the secular stuff. Be safe.
Let's talk about Jenna Ortega. There are an extreme amount of examples of her doing the one-eye symbolism online. Here we have it. Here we have it before her dramatic transformation. Here we have it ironically as part of the show Wednesday. Here we have it for SNL. Here we have more one-eye symbolism, which looks like some type of Halloween costume. But the transformation of Jenna Ortega has left many people with many questions. It seems to be a popular thing in Hollywood to go from this to looking like this. I mean, if you genuinely told me this was not the same person, I would probably believe you. Ironically enough, I found some pictures of Jenna Ortega and none other than Lady Gaga. Here we see them in a coffin type setting. And here we have them at the Wednesday Addams premiere, where Jenna Ortega looks completely out of it. Ironically enough, Lady Gaga is producing some type of song for Wednesday, and that's why she was there. But if you know anything about Lady Gaga and the transformation of Jenna Ortega, it's eerie. Not to mention that Jenna Ortega literally follows the weirdest page I've ever seen on Instagram. Here we see some nuns with one-eye symbolism as well as upside-down crosses. Here we see whatever you would call this image, and it says, try it, it's delicious. Lastly, we have this disturbing picture which states it's all a part of family bonding. There is some weird stuff going on in Hollywood, guys, and open your eyes, because hypothetically, allegedly, Jenna Ortega is a prime example of this. Wake up.
It's crazy because you see certain people get pushed into the spotlight, and you see them get opportunity after opportunity depending on how the audience reacts to them. And once you see these certain celebrities come into the picture, it feels like they've been planning for these people to blow up, and it's not just kind of the person putting in the work. Like, yes, they do put in the work, but it feels like there's something controlled behind them, because, you know, obviously they're going to cooperate because they're giving them the opportunities and the money. So it's just like really scary, because, you know, once you see someone more frequently, you kind of know that they're either connected with something not good, or, you know, something not good is pushing them. And, you know, there's always a hidden agenda behind everything. You know, nothing just happens for no reason.
The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight. But what I realized is we are the first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do. The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight. We are the first species to begin to understand not only are we aware of evolution, but we are evolution.
Barbara Marx Hubbard daughter of Louis Marks, a toy maker. Strange they talk about eating babies when she grew up with her father that was a toy maker. Super strange. She is known as the mother of the conscious movement, which is basically the New Age movement, which blows my mind, absolutely blows my mind. She and her father were such large elites that they were actually friends with the president. This is huge. They were connected. Now, if you want to see more about this and why she would ever even slip up and say that, you have to watch the documentary Just the Tip. Go to watchjtt.com. Do it now. I've followed the White Rabbit. Have you?
This video is a warning. There is this blue bottle drink that is being sold in gas stations. The drink is called Feel Free. This is how the drink looks, right? Do not try it. Absolutely stay away from it. It's sold next to energy drinks in gas stations. So sad what it's doing to people. People are literally going into rehab because of this stuff. It targets the same things in your brain that a certain substance that starts with the letter H does. Yes, you heard that right. By taking that drink, you're literally developing an addiction that's similar to if you had taken a substance that starts with the letter H. If you know, you know. But it's disguised as an energy drink. Kids are taking this stuff. Literal kids. Somehow it's completely legal. People are taking it, kids are taking it, teenagers are taking it. They're not even checking people's IDs to buy one of these things. Actually, no joke. I've heard cashiers saying that customers will go in being aggressive, violent, literally acting like crackheads. There's people going through 5, 6, 7, 8 bottles of these in a day. Shaking, trembling, anxiety, throwing up. There's a video on here about some guy saying that a teenager literally tried to rob him to get some of that stuff. It's not even FDA approved. They're literally going through a lawsuit right now. If anyone asks for you to buy them one of that stuff, say no. Walk away, because they're likely addicted and it's only going to get worse from there. I'm really hoping that this doesn't become some new type of trend that teenagers and people are partaking in. Please spread this message to as many people as you can. It's actually so dangerous.
Who or what walked behind the car?
I feel like we should go inside.
Okay. No, yeah, we're actually gonna leave.
Yeah. I think we should go.
No, yeah. That's okay.
Update, we're
I got too scared.
yeah,
so
we're actually going home. So we're just gonna drive home tonight because
I can't sleep here.
It started with a scream, raw, guttural, and far too human. The kind of sound that tears through the night and grabs something ancient inside you. Most brushed it off as a bobcat or a fox. But then, things got worse. Viewers were quick to notice something the couple didn't. A shadow figure silently crossing behind their car window. It moved smoothly, unnaturally fast. Just as the driver said they were going to drive home, it appeared, as if something didn't want them to leave. This wasn't an isolated moment. The scream, the eerie stillness, and that final movement all pointed to something more sinister. In places like Skinwalker Ranch and Deep Appalachia, people speak in hushed tones about creatures that mimic voices and prey on fear. The question isn't whether they saw it, it's whether it saw them first. Skeptics rush to explain it away. It's a horror-themed Airbnb. They use speakers in the woods. Probably just a fox. But the internet noticed something strange. Too many commenters saw the exact same thing. A shadow, tall and thin, gliding past the rear of the car just after the screaming stopped. Some say it looked human, others swear it wasn't walking. It floated. In native folklore, this is how skinwalkers move. Fast, low to the ground, and silent. And when you're being watched by one, they say your mind starts to rationalize the danger. You want it to be a fox. You hope it's a speaker. But deep down, your body knows better. The couple hasn't posted since. Some viewers are convinced they made it out. Others aren't so sure. All that's left is a scream, a shadow, and a video that feels more like a warning than entertainment.
I mean, like, this is such a controversial place because, you know, I've made a video about this before and a lot of you guys were saying they're just mountain lions and, you know, it's nothing to worry about. But it's such a speculative thing. There's so much deep history that goes into this place and everybody's going to always have their opinions. You know, I feel like it is possible that there is something out there. I'm not too sure what it is or, you know, because everybody can come up with their own stories. But, you know, you never know what's out there. You just honestly got to be careful. Like, obviously, this is a very nice place to visit. But even if there is just mountain lions, like, those are still scary and dangerous. So yeah, maybe one day we'll figure out more about this place.
There's a spell that I was hired to do on multiple females. It gives them a voice of a lot higher range than what they naturally have. And that spell involves me going into the studio when they're singing, pulling down the back of their pants and inserting my finger in their rectum. And I do a magic spell to go with it. It's not just a finger in the rectum. we found that spell in I think it was a Druid spell book for improving somebody's singing voice. So they may have a range of 2 octaves that they can go up. I do this spell, this will give them 6 octaves.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video. What made you tremble in your boots, and we're going to be on to the next one.